Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Molly. And you have to help me with your last name, how to pronounce it.
Kroeker.
Oh, Kroeker, this is easy. I thought, like, okay, thank you for saying yes for our inspiring interview.
Awesome.
And let me introduce you a little bit to the audience. Okay, you are a former sports medicine, physical therapist turned serial entrepreneur, building a massive health and global business to the top 1% and coaching suit. Is it suit or sweet? I cannot
Sweet,
pronounce
you're right. C-suite. Uh-huh.
sweet because yeah, sweet and executives to make the ceilings their floor, and this is really exciting and also important. So you are a coach and you have a coaching business. I want to learn more from you. Please tell us something.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for asking, Caroline. Thank you so much. It was so fun actually meeting you in person a year ago in New York City. And then here we are across the world speaking to one another. And my journey is just, I feel like it's just, I love my journey. I was a sports medicine physical therapist the first 10 years of my career. I worked hard. I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And even though I wanted to study abroad, it was on my heart then. I just thought, how am I going to take organic chemistry and physics and all those really tough classes, not even understanding the language? And so I did exactly as you were supposed to do. And I had a ridiculous amount of volunteer hours. I was an incredible physical therapist. I went through 7 years of school, and about 10 years into my career, I thought, oh my gosh, I goofed. I should have just gone to medical school, because the old version of me thought that the only way to, quote, get ahead was to have more initials behind your name, right? To go to school longer. And the only way you would be successful is to be an attorney or a doctor. And so my husband came home from traveling. He traveled a lot when our kids were little, and they were 6 and 3. And I said, I'm going to go to medical school. And he said, okay, if anyone could do it, you can. And that really, honestly, I think being open minded really opened me up to the possibility of just being, I think back then I was a closet entrepreneur. I did not know what that looked like. I didn't know what entrepreneurship was. And here I am nearly 20 years later, truly building an incredible global health and wellness company. But my favorite thing is truly coaching. And I saw so many women, especially women and men as well. Those were my first clients, just doing what I had done, is working so hard. And, we know that. I mean, just burning the midnight oil and hustling and grinding and sleeping 3 hours a night. And I was training for races. So I would get up at 4 in the morning. I wouldn't go to bed till 1 in the morning. It was an absolute, it was the only way I knew how to live life. And so that is what really drew me to working with C-suite executives, is just, it doesn't have to be hard and horrible. it it can be easy and effortless when you take inspired action.
Oh, yes, that's so true. And this is also our topic for the podcast, the inspired podcast, taking inspired action. This is so true. I learned it for myself to only take inspired action because the other action is not effective, if I may say this. So, my first question for you is, what inspires you?
What inspired me? Honestly, it was my sister. So our coaching business is called Sisters Next Door. I had done shelf help. I would say, if you're there with me, I had done shelf help for about 18 years. I had read every book. I had attended every seminar. I had gone to paid for every course. But I really didn't understand the way the mind works. I didn't understand the principles. And that's really what led me to studying at the Napoleon Hill Institute, was watching my sister's growth. And my word for the year was growth that year. And I was just ready. And for a lot of people, they're at the top of their game. And that's where I was. I was at the very top. I was making an incredible income. I had a great lifestyle, but I just was like, there's something more here. There's something more. And so when I saw the growth in my sister, that often happens, right? If you see it, whether it's in your friend or a spouse or a sibling or someone you know closely, it was that growth that led me to wanting that same thing she had experienced.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I remember you too, of course. We met at the Napoleon Hill Institute, and you are so successful. You change, so the success stayed, but you changed your industry, so to say, and it's amazing. And the next question is, who inspires you?
Who inspired me? I would say, I would definitely say myself. I think that we go to work sometimes on making everyone else happy and doing the work and creating all these incredible things. But honestly, I had to start with me. I was like, okay, I'm ready for growth. I'm ready to experience something different. And so if I want that, it has to come from within, right? It can't, we always say motivation comes from within, not from without, but that's true of anything. It had to start with me first. And so I would say, once I saw it in my sister, my real sister, like now we've created this amazing community called Sisters Next Door, is I knew that I was the only one responsible for me. I was the only one that could inspire me.
Yeah, that's so true. And I love the name Sisters Next Door. How was it? Yes, I love that so much. You're a dream team.
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Yes.
And how do you inspire other people?
I think the way that we inspire people or I inspire people is I am like, what you see is what you get. I'm really, really, really fun. We love to have fun. We love to laugh. We love, and I love to, I love to, I love to just show people that it's like it's within you. And so it was within me. And so the way that I thought that you got that done was, staying up late, getting up early, checking off the list, all the things. But I'm like, oh my gosh, when you just walk into who you are, and a lot of times for me also, that's, I love being outside. I tried to hide that for a long time of my love for physical activity. I love to do anything, swimming, golfing, tennis, pickleball, cycling, running. I'm an Ironman athlete. So, I mean, I love to be outside and that brings me joy. So, really getting connected with how do I find joy and just letting that joy and that love shine through and letting people, because the people that we do love to work with are already high achievers. They're already doing so well. And it's like, just enjoy it all. Like, enjoy it all and let us show you how you can go from 6 to 7 figures, 7 and 8 and 9, and not have it be such a grind.
Yeah, that's so true. And it's important to find the joy within yourself and what excites you as well. A burning desire, we call it as well.
Yeah.
My next question is, what are your gifts and talents?
I think my gifts and talents, I
Mhm.
think number one is I love people. I love people. It's what made me a great sports medicine physical therapist. I wanted to know people's stories. I wanted to hear, like, what's the secret to law? If I had somebody that was older in life or more established in life, maybe you would say, is what's your secret to life, or what's your favorite recipe? I mean, I love people. And still, when we travel, our kids will be like, Mom, go ahead and, sit on the plane next to someone that you don't know. Or if they have a seat, they don't know someone and they want to sit with the rest of the family. I'm like, I will sit by the stranger because I love people. I think that's one thing I'm really good at, is seeing people. And I always say, I just want everyone to feel worthy, seen, and heard. And so I do think God gave me that gift to see people, and to be super approachable, just approachable and a positive mental attitude. Definitely, that is something that I know is a gift of mine as well. Perseverance, that is a huge one for me. Persistence is one of my favorite principles. Those things I all live within me.
Yes, it's my favorite chapter as well, chapter 9, persistence. And it's
Yeah.
really interesting because in the German version, it's chapter 8 because they don't count the introduction as a chapter,
Oh,
and yeah, but it's and 8 is my favorite number. So
oh,
normally,
perfect.
yeah, but persistence is key. Also, yeah, we have to be persistent, of course. Thank you so much for sharing. And my next question is, what are your goals or one of your goals for 2024? Or do you have projects?
I definitely, one goal I had was to speak to a sold out stadium. So I will be doing that at the end of June to 20,000 people. So I'm excited about that. And luckily, my mom was a speech teacher. So I feel equipped and ready to do that. And another goal is we launch our podcast, Meet Me in the Pet House, on June 1st. Because we always say we're penthouse thinkers. We live in the penthouse of our mind, not in the basement. And so that is a goal. And then the last goal is to write a book. Like I mentioned, I did Ironman last year and have raced triathlons for 20 years. And I just feel like I've got so much wisdom to share with people about growing up with a mom who did race. And that's what we did for fun. And to just take that on myself, and that's how my kids grew up as well. And so just be able to bring some words of wisdom to working women, women who are making it look effortless and easy, because that is my whole goal, and it truly can be. And so those are the big goals right there.
Wow, there are three big goals. I love it. I will watch out for it, the podcast, the book, and also your speaker event. Can you share where it will happen? Did you say this? Where it is?
No, it will
No.
be actually at the MGM in Las Vegas on
Oh,
June 27th. I will be speaking. So
27. I have to
yes.
calculate if I can
Thank
if I
you.
can
Thank
plan
you.
this in around my schedule because you know what? Las Vegas is on my list, one of my next destinations. I'm
Oh,
just
fun.
looking for. MGM, is it a hotel or I think
It's a
because
huge hotel with
mm,
a huge, a lot of times they hold bigger events there. So I will be speaking on iron mindset from
I was
Iron Man.
in Las Vegas. I was in November for 2 days. So I remember taking a walk over there and watching all those beautiful hotels. So MGM. Yes. Okay, we have the date now. Please join. Are there tickets available?
Yes, there are. I believe so. I will, you know what? That's a great question to ask. I know my family is coming, so they've made special arrangements for them to sit up front. So
Wow, I love it. We put it in the show notes, of course. People can join and click and watch and buy and listen to your new podcast as well.
yes.
Okay, and then I have a last question for you. It is when people reach out to you. Yeah, you answered already. Or after listening to this podcast episode, how can they help you? How about that?
Oh,
What do
goodness. Well,
you?
number one, thank you for even asking that, Caroline. This is just so neat that this is across the pond. And I do, like I said to Caroline before we started the podcast, I have a heart to travel and I love working from men and women, but specifically women from all over the world, all over the world. And I think, and that's really our desire, is to really help women easily and effortlessly go from 6 to 7, 8, 9 figures. And we, my sister and I are both working moms. Our kids are actually just a few days apart, if you can believe that. And so here we're sisters next door who have kids next door. And so that's really fun. And they can find us. You can find me at Molly Kroeker. That's my maiden name is Lunn, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on um, Facebook. And then our website is www.sistersnextdoor.com.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Please reach out to Molly, contact her. She's amazing also with her sister together, Sisters Next Door. subscribe to their channels, listen to the podcast, come to the event, and buy the book. I'm so excited. You have so many projects. Thank you so much for our interview. And do you have one last message to the audience?
I think my biggest message is you are worthy. You are worthy. Everything within you is enough. Just take inspired action. Take inspired action and don't hold back.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you, friend.
see you in the next episode.